This is the Zero-X Swift Foldable 720p HD drone. This drone, it's marketed for beginners, and this is the first time that I've tried flying a drone. In this video, I am going to cover the unboxing. I'm going to talk about pros and the cons for this drone, and I'm going to show you some real world footage that's been recorded using this device. This video is my honest review, and let's get started. So here is the drone box. This little drone features 720p video recording. It comes with a controller and the flight range is 100 meters, which is pretty decent. In the box, you'll find the drone itself. This comes folded up, but it's easy to extend these little propellers when you're ready to fly. You get a wall plug for charging the battery. This is the handheld controller. You get some spare propeller blades. This is a full set of spares. These little plastic things are optional extras that you can attach to your drone to help protect the rotating blades when you're flying the drone. You get this cable here that comes with the wall charger, and you get a user manual and some drone safety information. Let's take a closer look at the controller. You just need to pull out this lever here to turn on the controller. You should hear a beep that will let you know that the controller is now on. And you can unfold these antennas to give yourself a better range. These two levers on each side are what is mainly used to control the drone. You also have the speed adjustment button here, reverse, headless mode, and flip. This button here is to automatically take off or automatically land the drone. You can take a picture with the drone by pressing this button, and this button here will record video. I do quite like how the handles of this controller fold down. This helps keep the controller nice and compact so it doesn't take up too much space. This controller, it does require two AAA batteries, and these are not included in the box. So if you don't have any, you'll need to purchase these separately. This is the battery that comes with the drone, and you'll definitely want to make sure you charge this battery before using the drone for the first time. This provided micro USB cable plugs into the side of the battery in order to charge it up. A red light will appear on the charging cable when you're charging up the battery. Once the battery is fully charged, this red light will switch off. To fully charge this battery takes about 50 minutes, and this should give you around about 8 minutes of flight time. Once your battery is fully charged, you can stick it into the back of the drone just like this. With the arms of the drone fully extended, this drone measures about 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and it's about 11.5 centimeters from the head to the tail. If you want to record photographs and videos with this drone, you'll need to insert a memory card. Here is the memory card slot. There's no card included with this drone. Now, the camera on this drone can be manually adjusted. So you can point this camera further down or up with your finger just like this, but this can only be adjusted by hand and it can't be adjusted during a flight. This drone is for line of sight flying only. And what I mean by that is you can't look at the footage that's being recorded on the drone on your phone. There's no way to connect it up to your phone, and if you want to look at the footage that's being recorded, you have to remove the memory card and look at the footage later after it's been recorded. One of the first things I noticed about this drone is that it's really light, around about 100 grams. And you can really tell when you pick up the drone, even with the battery inserted, it just feels really lightweight. To switch on the drone, just press and hold this button here on the top. Once it is on, you should see two white lights at the front of the drone, blue lights at the top of the drone, and a red light at the rear. These lights are flashing right now, and that is because the drone is not connected to the controller. Once you connect to the controller, the lights will stop flashing and stay a solid color. Okay, well, it's time to go outside and see how this drone flies. Let's give it a go. One of the first things I noticed when flying this drone is it's not as loud as I thought it would be. Usually when you're flying a drone, the whirring of the rotors is quite loud, and that wasn't the case with this drone. It does make a noise, but it's not particularly loud. The automatic takeoff and landing button for this drone works really well, and overall I found that the controls were pretty responsive. I tried to get the drone to do a flip by pressing the flip button, but for some reason this didn't work for me. Just a couple of things that I noticed when I was flying the drone. When the drone is flying and you take a picture, the white lights at the front of the drone will flash on and off to confirm that a picture has been taken, and when you're recording video, the red lights at the back of the drone flash on and off to let you know the recording is happening. This is handy, but depending on how far away the drone is, this can actually be quite hard to see. Because this drone is so small and light, what I found was it's really impacted by wind. Even a small amount of wind will have a significant impact on this drone's ability to fly. I found it near impossible to steer against the direction of the wind. The drone would just hover in place, trying to be able to overcome the wind, but it just wouldn't be able to go in that direction. It's not really windy at all here during the test flight, just a slight breeze. I'm sure that this drone would fly just fine if there was no wind at all, but that's not realistic if you plan to fly this drone outside. As an inexperienced drone flyer, I wasn't too keen to try this drone inside, and even outside, I still managed to crash the drone into some netting. Here is some footage that was filmed directly from the Zero-X Swift. Definitely not going to win any awards for video quality here. The footage is grainy, and on top of that, there's no image stabilization. So the video will probably be choppy as well, depending on how you're flying. To be fair, I don't think that this drone is targeted at aerial videographers. It's more of a hobby drone or a starter drone, just if you're starting to get interested in flying. I think the fact that you can record videos and take pictures is just an added bonus. So I think that the main positives for this drone are it's cheap to buy, it is easy to set up and start flying, and I do quite like the way this drone looks, especially with the lights at the front and back. Negatives for this drone are you only get 8 minutes of flying with this battery. The video and camera footage is poor, and ultimately this drone is too small and weak to effectively fly outside if there's any type of wind. Hey, I do appreciate your time, and I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you're interested in more tech reviews, I do a lot of those on the channel. Check some of them out if you're interested. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.